Let's talk this news so we can get on this Ghost of Yote. In today's news, I got a lot of Battlefield stuff for you. And actually, today's news, depending on who you are, it's good or it's bad. For me, it's good. For Brokies, it might be bad. PS4 ninjas, come to the front. People who don't understand the concept of beggars cannot be choosers, come to the front. People whose roommates are roaches inside of their game console, come to the front. According to PC Gamer, Battlefield 6 developer says its destruction tech is so delicious, it's so cool for one simple reason. The only magic trick is that we're not developing this game for the PS4 or the Xbox One.
Now listen, that's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
Now, why does this matter? Here on this stream, the average PS4 nigga just cannot comprehend why I don't like them. And it doesn't matter how many times I explain it. I can explain it fast. I can explain it slow. I can explain it shortly. I can go in depth. And for some reason, for people who are still playing Fortnite Season 2, the information just goes over their head. So let me explain it to you again for the millionth time for those unfamiliar with my content. The reason I don't like PS4 niggas is not because you enjoy your PS4. It's not because some of you can't afford a current gen console or a PC. I can't stand you guys because you.
Every time someone donates a super chat, I'm going to Snapchat.
Shout out to Seagoat. Shout out to Clutch Bucket with the sub, and shout out to JFE with the super chat. Oh my God, all these goddamn notifications. Let me talk my shit real quick. I don't like y'all because, that's what I was saying, y'all don't understand the concept of beggars cannot be choosers. And this is a new phenomenon with PS4 niggas. That's why I call them PS4. I don't call them PS4 and Xbox One niggas, because Xbox One niggas understand what they have. A VCR. But for some reason, PS4 players don't, and obviously this isn't everybody, but it's a lot of y'all. Y'all are very vocal on Twitter. I just seen a video on my For You page, somebody tagged me in today, of this chick complaining that they're cutting off service for the PS4. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Upgrade, nigga. Beggars cannot be choosers. What does that mean? That means when you are starving, when you don't have 2 nickels to rub together, when you got nothing going on, if someone comes along and helps you, you don't get to dictate how they help you. You're just grateful for what you can get. Meaning, in gaming terms, if a game dev chooses to put their game on the PlayStation 4, just be grateful and shut the fuck up. But if the game doesn't come to the PS4, which is about 90% of games, also shut the fuck up. The PlayStation 4 is 13 years old. Matter of fact, all PS4 niggas watching right now, do me a favor. Go to the store, go on Amazon, unless you're Jewish, then you probably already have one on hand. Since the PS4 is 13 years old, it's gearing up to start high school. Do me a favor, go reach into your nearest dresser and find a yarmulke. Get that yarmulke and put it on top of your PS4. Don't turn the PS4 on because it'll burn the yarmulke. But find the nearest yarmulke near you, put it on your PS4 because your PS4 is about to have a bar mitzvah. And in 3 years, if you niggas are still bitching, still poor, still lame, still loud and wrong, in 3 years, you'll be having a quinceanera. Guys, I know you feel like your computer can run something, but that's just not how technology works. You don't get to purchase a 1998 Honda Accord and be upset it doesn't run like a 2025 Honda Accord. Are you following me? When it comes to computers, there's this thing called Moore's Law. Every year and a half, processing power doubles. So if you ever wondered why whenever you buy a new cell phone, it feels like within a year or two, or a new GPU, it's already old news, because that's just kind of how things operate. Now, some people say Moore's Law is dead because things are slowing down a little bit in terms of advancement in technology. But when it comes to PS4 to PS5, you've had like 13 years. Moore's Law definitely takes into effect. You guys are playing a game console that's running Windows XP, Windows 98, fucking Windows Vista, Linux and Ubuntu. You're poor. You're fucking poor. Do you get the point? And one of the arguments that I've made on this stream here is, because here's another fascinating thing about PS4 niggas with your dial-up consoles. PS4 niggas get on the internet and they say, you know, it's not that there's a sector of you guys. There's a sector of you who say you can't afford it, but there's also a sector of you who say, I'm not upgrading to the PS5 or a PC or the Xbox Series because I don't see a fucking difference. First of all, that's a lie. If you can't see the difference between Ghost of Yote and Ghost of Tsushima, you need to get your fucking eyes checked. Second, let's act like that's true for a reason. Yeah, your TV's old too. A lot of you PS4 niggas is playing on fucking Vizio TVs at 720p, 30 frames per second. But that's beside the point. Let's act like it's an actual thing for a second. Let's act like for a second, genuinely, they feel like there hasn't been a big enough graphical jump. One of the arguments that I've been making is the key reason why we have not seen current hardware, which is PS5, PC, and Xbox Series, being pushed to its limits is because game developers, since this generation started, has been developing games with one arm tied behind their back. It started with COVID, that slowed the world down. It also slowed down people's access to consoles. So I give people a pass. 2-3 years, it was kind of rough getting a console, but we're way past that. Then came the fact that people just refused to upgrade. Well, gaming is also a business. So if you refuse to upgrade and the game devs cannot produce games using the full hardware power because they now have to produce two versions of a game, which, by the way, takes away resources. You now have to have two teams to create the same damn game, but also you have to create console parity because now you have to make sure that the game isn't too graphically enhanced so that it's able to run on the PS4. I've been making the argument for the longest. The reason why you feel like there hasn't been a big graphical jump is because you refuse to make a graphical jump. That's just not how technology works. And unfortunately, gaming is a business. So I've been arguing on this stream for like the last 2 years. You niggas are holding gaming back, which is a fascinating thing because in any other previous generation of gaming, when a new console came out, when the PlayStation 1 came out to the PS2, when the Saturn to the Dreamcast, when the Xbox to the Xbox 360, you had about 2-3 years to upgrade. Really, usually it took about 2 years for like an actual gamer to get on board. And that bitch was out of here, bruh. I don't know what happened with COVID. It really warped a lot of y'all's ability to critically think. I don't know if it's the iPad or something like that. But there's this new generation of gamers who are complaining that their technology is not being pushed to its limits, failing to realize they're not being pushed to the limits because you're holding it back. And people swore I was making this shit up. They swore I was just hating. They swore I was being a PS4 bigot, a PS4 racist, a PS4 hater. Now you have a developer on one of the biggest games of the year, one of the best looking games of the year with incredible destruction if you played the beta. Destruction that will never be found on the PS4. If Battlefield 6 tries to run on the PS4, there will not be in-game destruction. It will just destroy your PS4. It's to the point where, because to be fair, one of the reasons why you haven't seen game devs speak out on this shit is they have to be politically correct. They have to be nice. Because at the end of the day, they got to sell the product to you, right? But now you have AAA developers coming out and telling you broke ass, bitch ass, lame ass, punk ass niggas.
Gotham roaches are so powerful that a can of Raid does nothing.
Shout out to Watts for the raid. Appreciate it.
Shoot to kill them. Only
they're telling you, we're tired. We are artists.
Can only be contained in the Phantom Zone, like General Zod.
Appreciate you with the raid.
But unfortunately, Dick,
we're artists. We want to paint. Imagine being.
Get off my man Sonic's dick.
Imagine being an artist. Yo, who the fuck? Why do my fucking alerts keep going off? What the fuck?
I don't know why.
I'm trying to get my shit off.
When you could be stalking.
I'm trying to talk my shit.
Sonic.
Imagine being an artist who likes to paint. You show up to this event, you get hired to paint. You got your brush, you got your easel. You grab the easel, you grab the brush. You see the canvas you're about to paint on, and you look left and you look right. And you say to the people that hired you, wait a minute. Where's the fucking paint? I'm a painter. You want me to paint with nothing? Oh, all we got is black and white. Make it work. Nigga, you hired me to fucking create a forest. A beautiful, lush, colorful forest. What are you doing? That's what it's like to be a game dev in 2025. They are trying to push hardware. They're trying to give you new, unique experiences that you can't get on the last gen, but they can't because you refuse to upgrade. And I don't know where these gamers came from. Like, my theory, because it's just a theory, my theory is gaming attracted a lot of new people during COVID that never gamed before, and they mainly played Call of Duty and Fortnite to pass time before the shot came out and we was able to go back outside. And those people really aren't, they're gamers, but they're not like hardcore gamers who grew up and really understand the industry, understand the insides and outs of the tech, the hardware, the politics. They don't watch streams like this. They just play games, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being a casual. But unfortunately, I feel like there's been a rise in the casual voice that I've never seen before, like in the last 5 years, where these motherfuckers are loud. What? Baldur's Gate 3 beats Spider-Man 2? That's like being shocked that Kobe beat Raymond Felton. Nigga, shut the fuck up. So I'm gonna read this headline again. Battlefield 6 developer says its destruction tech is so delicious for one simple reason. We ain't have to make a PS4 version. They're telling you, upgrade, save $20 a month, $25 a month. You will get it within a year. You can do it. I believe in you. Battlefield 6 launches this Friday. The first entry in 4 years for a once bombastic series that never got bad. Exactly, but maybe lost a bit of its identity in chasing all-conquering Call of Duty. The diehards will tell you that Battlefield 2042 is a great game now after years of post-launch support, but Battlefield 6 needs to be a classic, a game so good that it can carve out space in the cutthroat and quality pack shooters landscape that has ever been. The latest issue of PC Gamer out tomorrow features exclusive access to developers Criterion and DICE, among others, with PC Gamer's Jake Tucker left agog as a streamlined first-person shooter that captures the magic of the series in its early days. That's a good sign. Maybe a strange thing for a new shooter, but that is really one of the big selling points for Battlefield 6. Man, get to the fucking quote. Oh, there we go. You're thinking Bad Company 2, definitely Battlefield 3, and maybe Battlefield 4. DICE seems to know itself, and in its previous rounds of interviews has mentioned various high points in the series' history. Just as the game's preparing to launch, every developer PC Gamer spoke to was invoking the classics. When we decided we wanted to do something in the near future, we looked at other Battlefields from the same era, says lead producer. We knew that Battlefield 3 and 4 were the fan favorites, and we're really leaning to what really worked and hope this will continue resonating with players in Battlefield 6. What would resonate most with me in Battlefield 6 is watching a plane play in the building that collapses on every fool inside. That's the thing I associate with most battlefields, intense and wild firefights, with scenery collapsing and flying everywhere, a kind of controlled sensory overload, if you will. Whatever other struggles the series may have had, best-in-class property destruction has never really been one of them. But even in that immersive lineage is where Battlefield 6 might shine most, with our man saying that the only thing truly unexpected from Battlefield's destruction is how pretty and well optimized it is. I agree, the beta was really optimized, with performance remaining rock solid even as the maps come apart around you. This thing runs like a dream. So we asked the technical director about the secret sauce. Maybe the only magic trick is that we're not on the PS4 or the Xbox One anymore, said Christian Bull. So we've kind of raised the floor of what we have in terms of memory and CPU speed. And so obviously raising the floor helps with improving performance overall, since we're not trying to get the game on the PS4. He literally is telling you verbatim, we have more processing power to work with, so now we can create proper next gen games. And you know what's so crazy about this shit? You fucking PS peons, you PS peasants, you PS poors. You guys seem to understand this in every other aspect of your life, but you don't understand it in video. I think that's where my patience has run thin with PS4 niggas. You understand this in every aspect of your life, but you don't understand it with video games? Let me give y'all some examples, right? Y'all remember in school, you had to, unless you was slow, you was in algebra, geometry, trigonometry, whatever advanced math class you was in high school, right? You remember we had the TI-83 calculator, right? You remember how the TI-83 used to be able to run Super Mario 1, I believe? You could put it in the thing. Check it out. You also understood that, yeah, that calculator could run Mario because that was an old game, but you weren't expecting it to run Super Mario Galaxy. Do you know why? It's because we all understood this was a fucking calculator with limited processing power. Nobody complained. That's video games. That's tech, right? We could go to real life. You outside the club. You got no clout, no money. Your drip is off. And you're bitching because you can't get in the fucking club. Bitches don't want you, nigga. You gotta raise your clout level up. You gotta hit the gym. You gotta put some cologne on. You gotta get your swag up. You don't got the processing power to pull a baddie. You're musty. Sports. Track and field. You get in a race with somebody in your class and that nigga dusts you. What you say to yourself? I do not have the capacity for this. Your brain recognizes that, and that's okay. You say GG's, that's the better man. He's got the capacity to go to the Olympics or some shit, college. But for some reason, when it comes to the PlayStation 4, everybody's critical thinking goes out the door. Your PS4 does not have the capacity to keep up with this generation. So all PS4 niggas from now on, shut the fuck up, get that fucking yarmulke out of your goddamn closet and put the yarmulke on the PS4's head because you need to celebrate the bar mitzvah for that 13-year-old console. It's getting ready for high school. Stop talking to me about this shit. PS poor. PS poor. PS poor. You guys are PS poor. I don't want to hear it no more.
Thanks for the resub. Now I can afford a retwist for my locks.
And before I move on, before you get in your feelings, before you get mad, friendly reminder, I am not talking about people who enjoy their PS4 and just don't care to upgrade. I'm not talking about you. I am talking about you loudmouth, bitch ass, broke ass, just wrong motherfuckers who feel entitled to next gen titles on your 13-year-old piece of hardware. That's who I'm talking to. And at this point, it's not my opinion. The developers are telling you. They're telling you They cannot produce Ferrari speeds with that fucking Pinto you got. Because that's what you got, a Pinto. I hope we understand. And if not, I'll be back next week to wage war. Y'all motherfuckers talking about, oh, I feel like my PS4 can run the game with your fucking earbud headset still sounding like this shit.
Hey, everybody, I'm on the PS4. Who just joined the chat? Where we go? Tomato Town? Bro, Tomato Town was in 2018, guys. It's 2025. Wait the fuck up. We're halfway to 2030. Get that fucking hard-ass earbud. You know what it is.
You know the reason I got a theory before I move on. I just realized, oh my God. The reason why I think the average PS4 nigga doesn't hear what the fuck I have to say about the current state of gaming is because they can't. Y'all remember? Hold up. PS4 earbud. Y'all remember this shit that came with the PS4? Because they're in the party chat talking in the PS4 earbud. My theory is, like, there's a PS4 nigga right now watching my stream from the PS4, hoping that shit doesn't blow up the neighborhood. I think because they're listening to my stream and games with this little hard ass ear. Y'all remember how hard this shit was? It'll make your fucking ears bleed if it sits in there more than 15 seconds. If you think about it, over 13 years, that does damage to your ear canal. So I'm starting to think, my new theory is, the reason they don't hear me and what I have to say about the current state of gaming is because they can't. And unfortunately, because the average PS4 nigga doesn't have health insurance, they can't go to the doctor and get their ears checked out. And don't tell me you have health insurance because you don't even got a PS5, nigga. Fuck that PlayStation 4. Next topic. EA promises largest ever post-launch content for Battlefield 6. PS4. Yeah, they got a PS4 CTE. First gamers with a CTE is fucking crazy. Your earlobes got a scar and shit in there, bruh. Fucking tilt your head over, blood just come out and shit like a fucking anime. Jesus Christ. Bruh, this is comedy. It's so sad that even developers are tired of being politically correct. Guys, come on, can you please... Nigga said, please, can you guys just please upgrade to the computer that came out 5 years ago? 5 years ago. Anyways, other news, more positive news. EA promises largest ever post-launch content for Battlefield 6. It teases naval combat and maybe even the return of the little bird. Can you guys please get a job? We're mere days away from the launch. I'm excited for Battlefield 6. And to offer prospect buyers some assurance that the game is going to have a long tail, EA has started talking about what players can expect in the months following the launch. Mind you, the PlayStation 6 comes out next year, allegedly. No, not next year. They said they're shooting for 2027. It's still soon. It's like a year and a half. And there's no guarantee. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I really believe it's coming out in 2027. I feel like best case 2028. If it does come out in 2027, it'll probably be like late, like fall. But they did say their target goal is 2027. The game's first season was recently revealed to much praise from fans, and it arrives pretty quickly too, just 18 days after launch. But there's a lot more beyond that, which Battlefield Studios has officially started teasing. In the latest community update, the developers mainly touched on data from the beta, as well as the various Battlefield lab tests held before and since. After over 30 sessions, over 92 million hours of beta gameplay, the devs found that the class pick rates were varied and had a healthy spread. That's good to hear. Whichever class was more popular essentially depended on the map, with more close quarter maps favoring support and maps with longer range going towards recon. Interestingly, open and closed weapons playlists had barely any difference on class pick rates between them. Another thing that the two playlists didn't affect is kills per hour, though they saw a small variance in match length, with closed weapon play tests having slightly higher match durations. Man, talk about the goddamn content. I thought this was about the fucking content, bro. Perhaps the most unsurprising reveal from the blog post, however, is that most players picked the weapons they wanted. And I don't care about this. Where did this not say it was about content? Yo, somebody's trying to reach their word count for this article. Looking to the future, the developer said that Battlefield 6 Seasons will have more content than ever before in a Battlefield game, which is quite the claim. More details will apparently be... Man, what a waste of fucking time, bro. My bad. That was a bad article. This nigga was yapping in that article. Yo, shout out to Woozilla with the sub. Appreciate it. Shout out to BBL Woo.
It's rough out here.
They listening to that earbud or that loud-ass jet engine. Yeah, isn't that a terrible life to live? And your left ear is bleeding because you got the PS4 earbud. In your right ear, your eardrum is being blown out because the PS4 is so fucking loud. Who's seen Saving Private Ryan? Y'all remember when they saved that one soldier towards the end of the movie and he couldn't hear because his eardrum got blown out by artillery and he was yelling whenever he was talking to the other soldiers in the platoon? That's the average PS4 nigga right there. Huh? I can't hear you. I just turned on my PS4. Battlefield 6. Oh, this is bad news, by the way. They're painting it as good news, but Battlefield 6 physical copies are content complete and require no initial install according to early copy holders. I'm not gonna read the rest of this, you get it. So basically, if you buy a disc version of the game, breaking news, the game's on the disc. Now, why is this bad news? They're spinning it as good news, but I think it's bad news because we've reached a point where it's so hard to actually own your games. Motherfuckers are writing articles about how the game actually came on the disc. You got Nintendo releasing these game key cards, which are still a download. A lot of PlayStation 5 and Xbox games, the game is not it's either partially on the disc or it's not on the disc at all. It just leads to a download. So, I mean, I guess it's good news to know if you want to actually physically own Battlefield 6, if you buy the disc, the game is on there. But it's also sad because it says to me that like we're starting to normalize the lack of game preservation. And I hope to see more of this. Game devs, put the goddamn game on the disc. Motherfuckers complaining about the lack of physical sales. This is why. Because everything is digital. And when it's digital, they're going to control everything. And you don't want that. We got a launch trailer for the Battlefield 6. That's crazy featuring Tim. This is how you know niggas is clout chasers. That's crazy featuring Tim the Tab Man in your launch trailer because this is the same guy who said on his stream and said, I don't know if this game's going to work unless it has BR in it. Bruh, this is not a Battlefield player. Come on, game devs. Put somebody from the Battlefield community in the fucking trailer. Yeah, he don't even like the game. Like,
the vibe, the grittiness, the realism. This is Battlefield.
At least it's not AI rap. Hey, what y'all, hey, give me a number in the chat from 1 to 10 with 10 being the best. What y'all think the average review score is going to be for this game when it comes out?
You see that?
7, 8. This thing in the chat said 11, bro. Follow the instructions. I don't know why. I'm sensing an 8.59. I'm sensing an 8.59 just based. I have not heard anything negative from the early previews and shit from this. And I said at bare minimum, I would be shocked if it gets anything less than an 8. I'd be shocked. I think 8 is the floor. Just saying the campaign is ass though. It doesn't matter. If the campaign's good in Battlefield, that's a bonus, but nobody plays Battlefield for the campaign. So like if the campaign's ass, that's not going to take away points for most people. It won't for me. I don't care. I'm playing for the multiplayer. I'm going to say a 9 if IGN says a 10 out of 10. 6-7. 600, nigga. That's the launch trailer. And then for all 2 people who still care about Bungie's marathon, Bungie shows marathon proof of life with the announcement of another closed playtest. Bungie has announced the next playtest dates for Marathon, the extraction shooter reboot of its pre-Halo sci-fi series. But while we might have experienced an open beta after April's closed one alpha test, Marathon's next technical test is once again running behind closed doors, and you'll need to apply for a slot. The closed playtest will run from Tuesday, October 22nd to Wednesday, October 28th, and you can submit your application here if you want to play it. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and say, everybody, this is a red flag. Why is this a red flag? Like they said, they had an open beta test. That shit got such horrible press because the game was ass and they was stealing art. They now refuse to do another open test. You got to get invited, and I bet money you're gonna have to sign an NDA. You're not gonna be allowed to talk about it. That says to me they're not confident. They're scared. You don't go from open beta to a closed beta. That's not how this works. You're supposed to go closed beta, and then if you need to do another one, closed beta, and then eventually open. But you don't go open close. That's not a good sign, guys. Like the game was supposed to be out 2 weeks ago. Oh, wow. But if you want to sign up, I dropped the link in the chat. I'm not playing this game, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not playing this fucking game. In other asshole news, here on this stream, I always make jokes when I see trailers that look kind of mid for a game. I'm like, looks a little Full Sail University, looks a little senior year, sophomore year, freshman year Full Sail University, meaning it's undercooked. And I've had some people say, oh, why do you make Full Sail University jokes? That's not nice. It's a real school. This is the DeVry of video games. The ICDC of fucking video games, okay? And according to this article, somebody linked me today, Florida's Full Sail University hoodwinks students with fake jobs, whistleblower says. Whistleblowers in a federal court case in Cali alleged that Central Florida's Full Sail University engaged in a pay-for-play student hiring scheme to earn more federal funding. Fraud? The case initially filed in 2024 and unsealed in the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California names Full Sail and the Los Angeles Film School, both operated by the University of Florida alumni and trustee James W. Heaver. And by the way, I'm not saying there's never been anything positive to come out of this school. I'm just saying, if you want to go to Full Sail University, you are rolling the dice. The complaint alleges that the LA Film School and Full Sail funneled money to employers to hire students for jobs that lasted scarcely longer than 2 days. Also, the schools could count them as employed to hit a 70% employed threshold. So basically, if you're not following, basically what they did is, you know, when you go to a website, like a school's website, and they'll be like, oh, you should enroll for our school, give us your money, because people who graduate from our school get hired 70% of the time based off the fact that people know you went to Full Sail University. But what you don't know is they were paying companies under the table to hire these Full Sail University seniors for a day or two just so they could stat pad their numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, Full Sail University not only makes sorry ass games, but they are the OKC post Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook of video game colleges. Yeah, these niggas got a triple double, but you're not actually winning. So I don't want to hear nobody tell me stop being a fucking asshole when I'm talking about Full Sail University. Who do you know went to Full Sail University? This is not a real school. And if you thought about going, listen, you're better off downloading Unreal Engine 5 and just teaching yourself off of YouTube. I'm just saying. Paying $50,000, $40,000, $30,000 to get fucking scammed, get a job for 2 days and probably didn't learn nothing but how to make a fucking 2D pixel game in Unity that don't nobody want to play. YouTube University is goated. Nah, download Unity, whatever engine you want to use, bro. So next time I pull up a trailer and that shit look ass and I say, looks a little Full Sail University, this is fucking why, bro. Fake school. Let's go to Subbox real quick. Let's go to Subbox. It'd be the same. Yeah, it's like the art. You remember the Art Academy or whatever that shit was, like in the early 2000s. The same shit for gaming. Yeah, looks a little Full Sail to me. What else we got? Is there anything else I should be aware of? 2XKL early access. Bro, watch my Full Sail University game trailer, please. Oh man, when I grow up, I want to go to Full Sail University. So you want to go to DeVry? Halo Infinite. Ion Fury Aftershock official console release date. I've never heard of it. Ball and Pit official Ball Evolutions trailer. What is that? I almost went to Full Sail. Thank God you didn't, my brother. Remember ITT Tech? Yeah, it's the ITT Tech of gaming. Here at ITT Tech, we'll teach you how to fix a fucking Tesla in 6 months. Who you heard got a job from ITT Tech? It got a ball. It got a gun. It got a ball. It got a gun. I don't see no interesting. Are you using Wallpaper Engine? Yeah, I'm using Wallpaper Engine. The Art Institute. Yes, I'm talking about the Art Institute. The Art Institute. Yeah, it's the Art Institute of Gaming, bro. DeVry University, bro. Or what's the other joint? You sit on the couch all day. What was that? Everest? Everest College commercial. Yeah, it's this shit right here. This is Full Sail University.
You're sitting on the couch, you're watching TV, and your life is passing you by. You keep
and you said, I want to be a game dev.
Procrastinating over and over. Well, maybe I'll go to school next year, maybe next semester. No, do it right now. They'll work with you after work, or you can go before work. You can do whatever you need to do to graduate. Go talk to somebody right now. They out to help you. You spend all day on the phone anyhow. Why don't you make a phone call that's going to help you in your future? All you got to do is pick up the phone.
Is that ICDC?
DC College.
I say ICDC.
Full Sail University College.
I'm so ICDC.
I'm so Full Sail University.
Yeah.
So Full Sail. Niggas really put their cap and gown on for Full Sail. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You don't burn that damn degree.
All pit empowers you with vision.
So ICDC. Education Connection. We're not playing. See, Full Sail University. We not playing it, bro. What is this? Somebody link this. Catch these hands early access. You just unlocked the memory for me. What is this you link? Is this a VR game? Bro, who the fuck linked this fucking Full Sail University with? Bro, I'm not looking at this. What did you link? What is this?
The biggest sports, movies, and shows. Get all of ESPN.
I don't know why it opened up a new browser. I got YouTube Premium. I'm not trying to look at that shit. Ghost Vanguard official Kickstarter. I don't do Kickstarter. I've been scammed way too many times by Kickstarters, man. The game doesn't look bad. It looks pretty cool, but I'm not helping you. Nope. I've been scammed about 2-3 different times. Nigga said, ew, an ad. No, dead ass. No, for real. The funniest thing that happened if you subscribe to YouTube Premium is once you get used to the ad-free experience, whenever you go over your friend's house or they be on their phone or something like that and they pull up YouTube and you see an ad, you will do the same. What the fuck is that? Like, are you poor? Like, yo, you good? Like, is that an ad? Like, I've had YouTube Premium for like 3 years, so like I'm just not used to seeing that shit. Always throws me off, and it's crazy too because the YouTube ads are so bad back from when I used to actually watch them. YouTube ads used to be like 30 seconds. Now them bitches be like 5 minutes, bro. Y'all watch that shit? No, thank you. They're so bad. LOL. YouTube Premium is worth it in my opinion. What Kickstarter scammed me? I subscribed to H Hour. That scammed me. And that was the SOCOM SOCOM reimagining from the creator of SOCOM. That shit never came out. What's the space game? What's that space game? That shit it's been in development for like 20 years. It's never coming out. What's the space game? Y'all know what I'm talking about? That one scammed me too.
For your super chat.
Star Citizen, yeah, Star Citizen.
To fund the purchase of the electric BBC.
Star Citizen.
To troll Black
and then I remember I did put money towards Ukulele. That actually came out, so I'm not gonna say that scammed me. But even still, Ukulele was underwhelming. Oh, I put money towards Mighty Number 9. That shit scammed me too. Fuck that game. It came out, but that shit was ass. So the only one that I've ever backed that didn't scam me was Ukulele. But even still, that game was kind of mid. Scam Citizen. Shout out to Blaze Light Zero with the super chat. He said, have you heard of a game called Motor Slice? Nah, what's that? Motor Slice. I'm not gonna lie. From the screenshot alone, this is looking a little ashy. Oh, okay, here's a real gameplay trailer. Looks a little, it does look a little Full Sail, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm good off this. I'm getting on Ghost of Yote on my PS5 because it looks good on the PS5. Let me use the bathroom. Got you giggling and shit. I'm giggling because as soon as I pulled the trailer up, half the chat said this shit look Full Sail. Like now niggas is embracing that shit. The term, like it's a slang term. Man, when you in other streamers' chats and you see a game that look ass, be like, look a little ashy, look a little Full Sail.